Hi, my name is Fong Chua, and I'm a member of the Confidence Builders Toastmasters Club and the current F22 Area Director. Now, as a Toastmaster and as an area director, I've been going around to different clubs and getting the opportunity to speak to different club members and different clubs. And a few of the topics that I've been getting a lot of requests for are the keys to effective communication, or the keys to retain membership, grow membership, or gain membership engagement. Now, because I don't have a lot of time at these clubs, I want to use my time effectively. And I want to find an opportunity to speak about all these items all at the same time. Now, I love adding value to as many people as I can and as often as I can. And as I reminded myself of that, I realized that that was, in fact, the key. That the importance of effective communication and membership growth, retention, or engagement all stems from one thing. And that one thing is value. If we could communicate value, then we could communicate effectively. If we can add value, show value, and present value to people, people will come, people will stay, and people will get engaged and be involved. Now, I can go on and on about how great Toastmasters is with their manuals, with their pathways, with all their great executive roles and your meeting roles. But if I can't communicate that to the audience, yourselves, and other members, potential members, in their point of view from what's in it for them, or what's valuable to them, what's beneficial to them, then all that time is wasted. It's ineffective communication. Just imagine yourself going into a car dealership, and the car salesman comes up to you and go, "This car is amazing. It has a great moonroof. It has heated steering wheels, heated seats, leather interior. It's the best car for you." But all you really wanted was that the car was going to be black, or if the car was going to be blue or red. You didn't care about anything else. So all that time he spent talking about the steering wheel and the leather seats, interior, all those great features, all that time completely wasted. All that effort completely wasted. Ineffective communication, because he did not listen, he did not see what the value is in it for you. So as long as we focus on those main questions, and these questions are, how do we add value? How do we find opportunities to add value? And how do we maintain that value? As long as we can do all that, then we're able to effectively communicate. And by doing so, people will come, people will stay, people will get engaged, and your clubs will grow, your membership will get lots of value in that. Now, how do we find opportunities to add value? Now, in my mind, I believe that there's really one way to find opportunities to add value, and that is really to listen effectively. Now, there's good listening habits and bad listening habits, and we all know what some of them are. For instance, bad listening habits is taking too many notes, prejudging the speaker, criticizing the speaker's content, being too emotionally engaged with the speaker's opinions or their content if you don't agree, and just completely disengaging yourself when you don't like something. Maybe even just faking attention, or being too emotionally engaged with their content and not really their style of presenting. Those are some bad listening habits. Some good listening habits are just paying good attention, watching the speaker, making eye contact, smiling, nodding, asking questions as to how the content will relate to you personally, and leaning forward, asking yourself, how does this relate and how does this apply to your own personal lives? And all that is good listening skills. Now, as you can see, not only are you listening, but you're actually observing as well. So good listening habits, or effective listening, also means effective observations. Because you'll now be able to observe certain things that you like or you don't like. If you don't like something, you might be able to take that information, and next time when you're going up to speak, or when you're speaking to somebody else, you won't do the same thing. But if you catch something that you really enjoy, oh, that person said that word very well, or they had a good emphasis on certain words, I like that, then you can apply that to your own personal life and how you can then communicate more effectively, or how you can communicate with more value added to the person who's listening, because you want your message to get across. So when it comes to effective listening, you know that you have a lot to offer. You know that your program is great. You know that Toastmaster does add value. So now, after effectively listening and observing, you're able to communicate that through their point of view. What's in it for them? Why is it beneficial for them? And you'll give that information to them from communicating with value instead of just telling them or telling them features. You're giving them it to them from a beneficial or a value point of view of their point of view. So for instance, for some, Toastmasters is like a hobby. They like to be there just because they want to relax and get away from the day-to-day. So therefore, I would focus on showcasing that aspect on Toastmasters, that you can come out and have fun, enjoy yourselves, forget about the 9 to 5 for a moment, and just relax. Have some time to engage with different people, network, build relationships, and at the same time, you might be able to learn different topics about different aspects of sports or food or animals or different hobbies, or even get motivated and inspired by different people's speeches. Or you can also build relationships with people you may or may not know very well and just get that engagement with people and showcase that aspect of Toastmasters. However, there are other people who wants to impact more people, who are business owners, entrepreneurs. And therefore, for them, I will showcase and emphasize how we can use Toastmasters as a tool, as a platform for them to practice their trade so that they can go out and reach their higher goals and become more successful outside of Toastmasters. For instance, if somebody was in business consulting or business branding and marketing development, well, I would suggest that they could possibly do all their 10 speeches based on branding tips or marketing tips. Now, once you're done all those 10 speeches, you can now technically put those 10 speeches together and form and publish your own book. You already have it written. Or take that information and expand it a little to create a workshop, a 2 to 3 hour seminar. You already did the work. You could do a video blog with those speeches now, or you could do a live blog, whatever it is. You could repurpose that information that you spent so much time working on. But for instance, if you take on a executive role, being the president or being the treasurer, you need all those skills when you're hosting events or creating charity events or running your own businesses. All those skill sets will apply to all different aspects of your lives. So therefore, by communicating that type of value from that point of view, it allows them to see that there's more value in just the program itself, but how it adds value to all aspects of their lives. They'll get more motivated, they'll get more energized, and there's more results if that happens. The more results they get, the stronger your club becomes and more value you get because you get to learn so much more. At the same time, you also learn that you can communicate more effectively, and you'll be doing that over and over again, and you'll be learning more and more. As that happens, other people sees the value in your club and they want to join. But the value doesn't stop right there because questions are asked all the time. How do we keep engagement? How do we make sure that the meetings are exciting week after week after week? How do we know what our members want? So when we ask that question, we've realized that our members want to have more impromptu and table topic challenges. And therefore, once a year, we have an impromptu speech day or a table topics day where we challenge our members with a game format to come up with 3 to 4 minute speeches on the fly. It's fun and it's creative. Then we ask the question, how do we keep more members coming in or keep people engaged and taking more roles? Well, as we know, there are speech contests coming up, and there's speech contests every single year. Now, 2 weeks before this speech contest, we would have a special guest day where we feature one of our very own members with a special talent to come out and perform a song or perform a dance to get people engaged to come out and experience this performance, but also to get them through the door and experience their very first Toastmasters meeting. And then following that, we have another great event where we have a whole entire meeting of a themed speech day where we'll have a theme of, let's say, wine or food or travel, where all 4 speakers are now promoted as the experts in wine or food, and they'll talk about those topics. We could tell people, hey, come on out and listen to 4 great speakers, 4 great experts on wine. So something different again. And then we have our speech contest, the humor speech contest or the international speech contest, table topics and evaluations. But each one is themed after a reality TV show, a game show, or even a boxing match. Each one showcasing our members and showing how we can add value to them, but at the same time, how we could potentially add value to new members. It's exciting, it's fun, there's music, there's posters, there's promotions, and each one is focused on our members and how we add value, and then how we can promote our own members' talents and skill set. As people see this, they're more engaged, they'll bring out their friends and family to cheer them on, and they'll have fun. It's an exciting event of 3-4 weeks of great events. So that's how we keep momentum going. So as you can see, by listening effectively, we're able to bring all that together. We're able to communicate more effectively because we're communicating with value. And by doing so, there's more engagement, there's more excitement, more motivation, more momentum going, and membership growth will come in. Membership retention will stay, and then people will actually want to be more engaged with your club. So as long as we focus on value, everything else will fall into place. So the question is, and I challenge everybody out there in Toastmasters, ask yourselves, how do we use Toastmasters to add value to each one of us and each one of you? Thank you. I'll talk to you next time.